Hey, Miles again with Champion Garage, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Bronco and looking at how the fenders, inner fenders are coming along. Still got a little bit of work yet to do. Hopefully we're going to get finished up today with the welding of the fenders. So since the last video, I've installed the body lift, which I forgot where the body lift is not really that bad. Poly bush or poly lift, but the bushings that you order when you replace the lift, I'm really not a fan of them. They're just not the right quality, I guess, is what I was looking to do. And then I had some welding I needed to do, but I didn't do. I'm going to fix that in the future. It's not a big thing. That being said, I also removed the carpet in the Bronco. It was actually a little wet. I don't know what that's from. I don't have any holes in the floor, so I'm unsure what's going on there. I don't know if maybe one of the rubber grommets is letting a little water in. That being said, now that I kind of think about it, I've got a small rust hole about the size of a quarter back where the inner fender is on the front fenders. It could be coming from there. I'm sealing both of those up while I'm doing this. But let me show you what I've got going on.
So anyway, I had to voice over this, and so my camera was not acting right, and so it was creating a bunch of muffled sound, and it was driving me crazy. And so I'm sitting here listening to this, and it's just, again, it's terrible. But basically what I'm talking about right here is I had rough cut the front fender and hadn't got it done yet. So I'm showing more or less that this right side here is finished, and you know, I guess with this thing, I really don't like fender flares. Not saying that, you know, if you like fender flares, that's something that, you know, I just don't like them because they cause rust. You know, we don't have a whole lot of salt here, but in case I do want to get out and play in the snow, I don't want it trapped up in this fender area. You know, again, I don't want it to rust, even though it's got new metal in it. You know, salt still can get in there. So the driver's side, you know, it's pretty well rough cut in. I've got a little bit of work to do to the rear quarter panel, but I am really pleased with how it's turning out. You know, I really like the Broncos. You know, they are really cool. I just, you know, and I mean, it doesn't really look bad here when you look at it. I mean, I'm sitting here watching this. I mean, it looks really great. And, you know, that front fender there needs a little bit of work on. You can see where it's hanging down, where it's been wrecked. And I've got to still work on that, even though I've got my new wheels and tires on. I'll get it on the lift, and it'll stretch it down enough for me to work on it. But that, you know, that back. But, you know, the 30, well, they're basically a 29-inch tire. They don't look bad on the Bronco. The mirrors are going to come off. I need to paint my step guard or my steps. Those come off. I don't know if you've watched the previous video, but that come off a Jeep JK. I also had removed my carpet in this video, and you know, I'm going to put the vinyl in. It did have, like I mentioned a minute ago, it had some water coming in. I did find the place where it's coming in. I know a lot of you all probably looking at, oh, speaking of which, these these seats are going to be for sale. Any Bronco owners out there want them, they're really good shape. I zoomed in on a little bad spot on one. It's not tore. It's just got a little wear spot, I guess you could say. They're in really nice condition. I'm going with Baja seats. It's got a new headliner, and again, I'm going with vinyl floors. Dash needs to be recovered too. It's got a couple spots on it. Yeah, I mean, I like the interiors of the Broncos myself. They're pretty cool. They're weak, and that's kind of why I moved to here. I was gonna try to hook up these headlights here and show you the daytime running lights, and they're an Explorer headlight, and I really like them. I think they look new, but you know, it's one of them things. As far as the ceiling goes, or the roof rack, I'm gonna put the spotlights in, and the four sections. I'm gonna have that powder coated. It's got a little spot or two on it that's just wore back. The factory powder coating wasn't that good. On the back side though, I'm gonna do a bar light, and probably on the sides I'm gonna put spotlights. I'll tell you what, you get out there and you need to flip them lights on. You need some good lights. As you can see in the back, I've got to build a bar, a bumper, and there's me showing you the lift kit. I've got to do a little bit of wiring repair right in there. Man, I swear, just looking at this, it looks so cool. You know, in this video, I really love the Broncos. They're just I don't know, there's just something cool about these old Bronco 2s, and the way that I'm doing it. I mean, it's just the way I like it. I'm gonna remove all the badging, you know, and I don't know, like I said, I'm planning on going with the desert tan, which is gonna be coming up soon. I'm gonna be doing that really soon. I'm gonna also, I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm gonna be removing those mirrors and putting black mirrors on. I'll just weld up the bottom holes. And these Broncos, man, to me, I mean, they're just, I don't know why they're not more, well, I know why they're not sought more after. It's because not many people does what some guys are doing. You know, I watch a couple guys up in Michigan, I think it is, work on these. Man, they give me a lot of inspiration on these Broncos. But check out those little lights. So I was struggling getting these lights to come on. I've got to wire those in, but that's basically what happens when you do key on, you know, taking off, running down the road. Engine started, obviously. I've not got them hooked up right now, but those are also, I think, really cool. You can only get those on Ford Explorers, so if you're looking for that light, you can't look it up under a Bronco, and I don't think you can look it up under a Ranger either. You have to do a little bit of fabrication and to make them work. But at the end of the day, they are really good looking. I don't know about this vehicle's been wrecked. There's a little bit, I need to pull the frame out just a little bit on the passenger side. There again, talking about my mirrors, I'm going to be taking those off, welding that in, and then just putting the black ones on. Those are kind of more like a big rig looking style, and it's just something you can catch your limbs on. I'm just really not interested in dealing with that. But again, I'm pleased. I think at this point of the video, I am about to do some more welding. So I'm just more or less saying, hey, I'm going to be back here in just a few minutes. All right. I've got a lot done. I'm terrible at filming what I'm doing. I got the inner fender welded in, and it was a pretty big chore. And I've got it rough sprayed. Well, let me just show you. All right. Well, camera died. Anyway, what I was saying a minute ago was that I ain't gonna get the front fender in today. I've got it rough cut. The back fender is pretty well done. Probably the next video you will see will have the new tires on. That being said, the reason I'm doing the black overspray right now and not taping that off is because I'm gonna paint it. So it's not a big deal. I'm gonna paint the whole side of the truck. It's just to keep it from rusting right now. So it is undercoat, which is textured, which is fine because again I'm going with an undercoat spray, a tintable undercoat spray, the side of that, color of that. So all I've got left, I've got 2 holes to weld in there. I've got to weld in the lip here. I've got to bend that up. This was been wrecked. So I'm going to bend this piece up and then go back with it. So as soon as I get the tires on and this, I'm going to order the paint and then get it painted pretty soon, which will involve taking the rack off, taking the mirrors off, taping everything off, and getting it ready for paint. We think about the 750 horsepower Camaro with the LSA swap. Boy, it is looking good. But anyway, for more content, like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate you all that have watched so far. And again, it's going to be a really cool project. Oh, hold on, forgot to mention. My dad, you know, this is a good winch for intermediate here, but his wife had bought a winch and they were getting rid of theirs. So I got this one for us, steel. So I know it's not a Warren, obviously, but you know what? It'll do the old Bronco good. It's 12,000 pound. It's got the synthetic rope. And I'm gonna get probably one of the Badlands hooks. I really like those. So that's gonna go on as soon as I get the bumpers built. But like I was saying, until I get this thing painted, you know, and that powder coated and the new mirrors and stuff like that, it's not gonna get bumpers. So it'll be a little bit, bumpers are quite expensive. I don't know if I'm gonna build them or just buy them. I haven't decided just yet. Just depends, I guess, how much they are. No, they're quite expensive. I kind of do want a stinger in the front. I don't know, I kind of like the way they look with a stinger, so we'll see. But yeah. All right, back, I guess the following week since last video. And as you can see behind me, the Bronco is on jack stands, which is a good thing because my tires are getting picked up right now. We dropped them off this morning and we will be putting them on here in just a little bit. I've still got one more fender to weld in. I've got to do a little bit of sanding on the other one and recoat it, but it's turning out pretty good. I'm really actually pleased with how all this has turned out. So I'll update you here in a little bit with what I got and how it's going to look, and we'll see you soon. All right, so I've got them on. Boy, they are a lot bigger than what I thought. I measured it about 1,000,000 times, and they're big, which I like them. Pardon me for all the paint touch-up work. Again, I know it looks rough right now, but these are going black. This is going to be painted. That's going to have the lights all over it. You know, it's going to be a pretty neat rig when it's done. I've still got to build the front bumper. I've got the winch that I'm getting ready to put in. Now the problem is it is weaker than water because those are very heavy, and I've still got to weld that in too. But like I said, it looks super good. I've just got the wires up out of the way for now. I've got to build a back bumper, but I am really pleased. Look at that. Boy, that is tough. I've got the carpet pulled. I'm getting ready to start cutting the rest of that out. You can see I've got it up. It looks rough right now, guys. I mean, it really does, because you know, it's interim, man. It's you know, I've got to do the undercoat, all that stuff, but it still looks pretty good. I mean, it ain't, you know, man, that makes it look like a full-size truck, and it's tough, and I really like it. And don't forget, I've got to fix that. But I'm looking forward to see. Them wheels really turned out good. I kind of wish they were 17s, but I really like how the wheels are protected and how much the tires set out. Those wheels, I mean, ain't no curbing it anymore. So that's kind of why I like a 16. You know, there's less rim that you can damage. So I'm looking forward to this. I drove it today, drove it to town. I was doing about 55 or so, and I thought it might be about 5 mile an hour. No, it was way over. I was doing probably 55 on the speedo and probably running like 67 or 70. It didn't really feel like I was going that fast either. But it's, like I said, it's getting closer and closer and closer to a finished product, and I'm really liking it. For this video, I did get the Camaro done today. Stupid me, had some issues, but got it pretty well wrapped up, and I'm glad too. I was getting tired of seeing it in my shop, but if you need a really hot Camaro, hit up Hillside Motors here in Russell Springs, and they will hook you up. 750 horsepower, and it is ready to go. So we'll catch you all next time. I'd ask that you like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you in the next video.